Today I'm going to be doing a video talking to you about 5 easy tips that cost you absolutely nothing, but will guarantee you being able to dress better every single day. I feel like all of us get stuck in a rut of watching people online. I do the same as all of you, and we see people and we think that we need the newest, biggest, best. We also fall subject to the different styles, the different trends, the different things going on, the store windows, the commercials on TV, the newest TV show we may be watching, the biggest sale that's going on, our friend that we went out with, or just everyday life that is going on. And all of these things can really hinder how we get dressed every day. So let's talk about 5 things that I think we all need to stop and think about on a daily basis that can really help all of us dress to be the best versions of ourselves if we think about these 5 things. And after you've heard these 5 things, I would love for you to tell me which one of these really hit home with you the most, because as I have kind of evolved my style, were all things that really resonated with me and helped me change kind of the way I look at things. The first one I want to talk about is the fact that trends really come and go, and not knowing your own style can really hinder you. And making a kind of visual board of what you hope your style projects is really helpful. This does not have to be something you look at every single day. It can just be any way that works for you. I personally use Canva and PicMonkey and things like that. You can use a Pinterest board. You can just do pictures on a folder on your phone. You can cut out pictures that you've printed off and just put them, in a folder at your desk somewhere. Whatever way works for you. And I'll put an image in here of, first I'm going to start by saying I went through and did a class that kind of helped me hone down on this. And the first thing I did with that was I went through and created kind of a board of things that color-wise and just items that resonated with me. And then I went through and did a board of kind of style images that really resonated with me. And these 2 things really helped me to know what I wanted my style to be. And once I did that, it was so much easier for me personally to get dressed, because a lot of times I could stop and I didn't have to look at this. I just knew what it was. And it made it so much easier for me to think, was this something that made sense with what these 2 kind of images I put together were? And I've never been someone who thought that that would be helpful. And I was shocked. It really does help me when I get dressed on a regular basis to put outfits together. It really created kind of a visual signature for myself of what I want my style to portray and my outfits to be. Which then, once I did that, made getting dressed and putting my style together so much easier. Number two tip will be buying the classic style. So it is buying what is authentic to you within that style, right? And I am prone to this too. I always talk about classic style because I am more of I use that term loosely, classic style, because I'm kind of classic with a little bit of edge or a little bit of a twist. But classic can be very subjective, because let's talk about a white button-down or a button-down shirt, right? So a button-down shirt can be very subjective because a white button-down is a classic style, right? But a white button-down on someone like me that is more bustier can be a different style than someone who is more of a triangle shape. So I'm more hourglass, let's say, than busty, right? Than someone who is more of a typical straight up and down. There are going to be different styles within that classic kind of shape. So when I am more busty, something like what I have on here that's more of a kind of like looser fit. I can't wear a very structured top. I need something that kind of sits a little bit looser. Like this is, I think, a satin top. I need something that kind of hangs a little bit looser. So I have to buy something that fits a little bit differently, but still this top, if you look at it, is more of a classic style. Maybe not a classic color, but a classic style. A button down is a classic style. So you have to fit within that classic, again, using that term very loosely, style with what works within your body type. So it is buying what is authentic to you within that style. So classic, even though it is a term that is thrown around a lot, has to still be authentic to you and authentic to your body type. So again, I am an hourglass shape. So I am bustier and hippier, but I'm smaller in the waist. So in order to do that, to wear a classic style, which I do gravitate towards, I still cannot wear a structured classic style, which is more traditional to it. I had to find what works for me within that classic style. So whatever style you like, find what is authentic to you within that style. So if you are super edgy might be great. You might like a moto style, but a moto style crop jacket might not work on your body type. So you might find a moto style jacket that is oversized. So if that makes sense to you a little bit there, find your style that you like, but then make it work within your body type. Tip number 3 is buying for a life that is yours, not a life that you see online. And that's a tough one right now in the age we are in of social media, of Instagram, of TikTok, of here on YouTube, of even Netflix and reality TV. I am a reality TV junkie. It is tough. We see people online and we sometimes want what other people have. And when we see them wearing something, we're like, oh, we want that. And again, like to know it, all those things. It is very easy to click a link, buy, and have it in your house within the next few days. But you need to stop and think, am I buying for the life that I want and that I'm seeing online, or am I buying for the life that is my own? Similar to how I said that classic style is maybe a style I love, but it has to fit my body type. Buying for a life I see online is not necessarily for my life I see. I might see someone in an evening gown and love that evening gown, but am I going to wear an evening gown? When do I need an evening gown? What I do in a situation like that, if I see an evening gown that I love that someone's wearing and I think it works for my body type, I might save it to my cart. So if one day I end up needing an evening gown for an event I'm going to, I then have an idea and I might get it, but I am not buying it right then at that moment because I don't need it. I'm not buying for what I want. I am then saving it for if I ever do need it, but I'm not buying it at that moment. So make sure you are buying for the life you have, not for something you are seeing out there, and not buying for something you wish you might have. That one can be a tough one to really kind of stomach for ourselves and to really kind of live in the moment and do. Number 4 can be another tough one, is don't throw away money because something is on sale or sometimes isn't the best quality. The quality one is sometimes hard for me. The sale one I learned and I got past. The only hard one is sometimes Nordstrom anniversary sale for me. I know it And I am learning every year and getting a little bit better every year at that. But we sometimes struggle because we buy an item because it's on sale, not because we truly need it or it fits a hole in our wardrobe. I have been subject to this for many, many years. I've gotten much better on this in the last few years. But I would buy something just because it was cute and it was on sale. Not because I necessarily needed another sweater in a certain color. Most times, I had something very similar already in my closet or in my wardrobe, and I didn't need it. But I bought it because it was on sale. Sometimes, also in that same manner, is buying something that isn't the best quality. Why am I buying something that isn't the best quality and isn't going to last me for a lot of years? That one I'm still struggling to sometimes learn the materials and what is the better quality. That one is still a learning thing for me. I have over the years learned to buy better quality things. I buy sweaters primarily that are cashmere, that are wool, that are, certain materials. My sweaters I'm better at. I am learning with blouses to buy better materials. That one is a little bit tougher because I'm learning those. I'm staying away from polyesters and things like that more so now. So I am learning those, but a lot of times we throw away money by buying an item just because it's on sale. And again, buying items that are not great material. And I know a lot of people aren't going to want to hear this, but buying items a lot of times that are at Target, that are on Amazon. Unfortunately, a lot of those stores, the quality of the materials that are making those, and they are less expensive, and I get that. And if that is the price point you need to be in, that's fine. And that if that is what works for you, that is knowing your own budget is great. But try to look at the materials that are making them and make sure they are going to last you longer than something else you might buy. Try to buy things that are made of cotton. They are made of wool. They are made of good items. They're not made of polyester. They are not, made of those things. You want to have good, sustainable fabrics that are going to last you wash after wash, year after year, even if you are spending less on them. I've said this 1,000 times, and I will say it again. Quince is a great brand. Linen, cashmere, all of these things, cotton. Check them out if you are looking for a better price point. Try them. They have great natural materials that will last you year after year after year. I have sweaters from them that I have had for 4 and 5 years, and they are $50 and under, some of them. Check them out. It's worth it. This top I think was from them, and it's silk or satin. I don't remember which one. But getting natural materials and items that will last you year after year, rather than getting items that you are going to buy and they are going to fall apart in the laundry, or they aren't going to last you year after year. Number 5 is wearing someone else's style, not your own. And that means when you are going out and you are seeing someone else wearing the same items you are wearing, because you don't have your own style and you have not figured out what works for you, what you like, what works for your body, and what you feel the most like yourself in. There is nothing better than walking in somewhere. It could be into your kid's school, it could be into the gym, it could be into the grocery store. But there's nothing better than walking in and feeling like the best version of yourself. And knowing that what you are wearing is what you feel good in. And that can be leggings and a t-shirt and a sweatshirt. I don't care what it is. It could be heels and a dress. It could be anything. As long as you feel great in it and you feel like the best version of yourself. But don't feel like an imposter. Do not feel like you are wearing someone else's clothes. Do not feel like a fake version of someone else. You want to feel like yourself. And that sometimes can be difficult. Again, just like number 3, in a day and age where we are so inclined to click, purchase, buy, and have it at our house, you need to feel like the best version of yourself. And that is why I have kind of changed my channel from doing a lot of hauls and purchases and buying to kind of giving you guys tips and tricks and hopefully, different ideas of ways to make you feel like the best versions of yourselves, and best ways to shop your own closet, and best ways to kind of put colors together, and ideas of just ways to incorporate things that you already have, or give you the tips to kind of give you the confidence to shop your own closet or feel like the best version of yourself. And I really and truly from the bottom of my heart hope that some of these things resonate with you and make you feel like the best version of yourself. Because I will be honest, in the last 2 years, I have felt like the best version of myself, and I have put more energy into me and feeling like me than I ever feel like I have. And I think that as we are aging and as we are women, we need to support each other and try to be the best versions of ourselves and try to help each other have the most confidence as we possibly can. It does not matter our age, our body shape, our coloring, our weight, our eye color, our hair color, our anything. We just need to support each other and try to make each other feel beautiful and strong and confident. And I hope by watching my videos you get a little bit of that. So I hope that these tips resonated with you in some way, shape, or form. And I hope you guys are enjoying the kind of turn my channel has made over the last year or so. And if there's anything I can do to help you guys, please let me know. And I hope you enjoyed this and have a great weekend.